Hi everyone, welcome to VLSI Academy. This is physical design course where we shall be looking at some very important and interesting topics for those who are in academics and in professional engineering world. All right, this page shows the design abstraction levels in semiconductor design world. In building an IC, there are different level of jobs that different people do. And one kind of profile is CMOS optimization, in which designer tries to optimize the area, power, and performance of individual CMOS, which gets replicated over the design. And if this design is optimized, that basic building block is optimized for entire chip, and hence the impact of optimizing one unit can be huge for an entire chip. The second kind of profile is circuit level optimization, where simulation is done by the engineer and performance is tested. Now, another profile is gate level optimization, where an RTL code is written in Verilog language to design the entire circuit. And this is also synthesized and a module is created. And after that, a physical design is done and on entire chip is optimized in terms of layout, power, and performance. So, module level design means that using a basic CMOS unit and building an entire module like camera, CPU, ALU, or any other module, then at last a system level product level design is done, in which engineer manufactures and tests the entire chip functionality. This is just a basic and high level introduction to all the different kind of profiles that are available in the VLSI spectrum of the world. Now let's see some basic differences between BJT and MOSFET. Though the topic might seem very boring or pretty basic, but it is very important and cannot be left out. If you already know, then it is great. And if not, then no problem. Here is a quick coverage of the topic. So if you see, BJT is called as bipolar junction transistor. Here it has three terminals. The upper one is, let's say, emitter, and the lower one is, let's say, upper one is collector and lower one is, let's say, emitter, and this is base. So base will inject the current. That is why it is called as current controlled. And in MOSFET, it is voltage controlled. Why? Because there are three terminals in MOSFET also. So that is similar part, but it has a gate which is voltage controlled. So we give VG as a input. So if you have a potential difference between gate and source, then you get the MOSFET turns on. And here it is current controlled. So potential difference is not a concern. Here it is injecting the current, then only it starts, or you can say it turns on. Then it has low input impedance. That means the input impedance here is low. That is, let's say, RB is input impedance, and here it is, let's say, RG. So RB is very less compared to your MOSFET high input impedance. So because of that, what happens is it has low immunity to noise. It is low immune to noise. That means it is prone to noise, noise prone, and it is immune to noise. That means it is having noise immunity because it has high input impedance. So it will be able to cancel out the noise. And that is what it means here also. Low noise margin means it is having high immunity. And that is because of input impedance difference. That is one factor. And then poor switching. That means it is not able to work at high frequency, and frequency is very low. You can say operating frequency, switching frequency, it is, it has switching frequency low means it will be able to slow to turn on. It is faster to turn on and faster to turn off. So frequency is high in this case. And higher power dissipation, so means it will have a power factor high. It will have a huge power consumption. Power consumption in MOSFET case is lesser. MOSFET is a transistor with metal oxide as gate, and it is an evolved version of bipolar junction transistor. As we have seen earlier that MOSFET is a better switch with better immunity to noise, and it was highly preferred during early versions of semiconductor design during 70s, 80s and 90s. Now later on, it evolved into complementary MOS, which is for short for CMOS. And now let us see more detail in this introduction to MOSFET. To create an N-channel MOSFET, you need a P substrate, and you will diffuse two N wells in that P substrate. Now one of them is becoming a drain and other becomes a source. Input is given at the gate terminal in terms of potential difference, and generally the drain terminal is connected at higher potential. Let's say this is your drain and this is your source, then it will be at higher potential. And this is why you call MOSFET as a voltage driven, because input is given at the gate in terms of potential difference. The potential difference between the terminal creates the channel which leads to the electron flow, thereby turning on the N-type transistor. This is just a quick revision and high level intro of how a MOSFET turns on. That's all for this video. We shall see more topics in further videos. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.